experiences in Vietnam. I was in the Marine Corps in Vietnam, and I was up on the DMZ, and I isolated, and I avoided people for probably 35 years, and then I did a lot of writing to kind of vent. I just kept writing and writing. Just trying to vent the feelings and the emotions and get through it. And I got to a point where I didn't feel I couldn't find the words to do it, and I needed to go further. So I started the idea about the painting thing that Mary finally got me to do was an extension of the writing. And so I came up with the idea that I would try to paint what I wrote. And you know, the most interesting thing about that for me is I found out that everybody's an artist. And if you paint for yourself and you don't worry about what other people think, it's just remarkable what comes out of it, each of us. We have so much to offer. And you know, we're so deep. There's so much emotion. And so I started painting all these little stories that I had inside of me. And then in June of this year, I wanted to paint more portraits, and I decided I'd start painting portraits of guys that I know, personal friends, and all of these guys, I met them in therapy groups, or I met them at a function for veterans, and they all have real sad stories, real sad insides, lots of horrific things in their memories. You know, like Rod Lynn, that machine gunner there, he killed lots of people. You know, think about that. Killing people. And having people trying to kill you. When I finished that and I showed it to him, he just started to bawl. He cried and he cried and he cried. And next to him here, this guy here, this is, his name is Campbell. It's the first black man I ever met. Coming out of Marquette, met him at boot camp. And he intervened. Another black guy came up to me and pushed me down on my rack. And this guy stepped in between. He said, "Hey, he's okay, leave him alone." And there was no friction. It wasn't a personal thing. It was just, you know, setting up your territory kind of stuff. But he and I became close and fast friends. And yeah, he was killed the first week he got in Vietnam.